Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty... I'm laughing because I know the name of the player. There he is in the AMX 5120. That, I'm really going to have to struggle to say this with a straight face, that is Sister Fister 101. That is just wrong on so many levels. I'm going straight to hell for laughing at this. Okay, anyway. Today's battle, which was submitted by, I'm just going to call him Sister, in the AMX 5120, is not actually about Sister in the AMX 5120. It's actually about a tank on the enemy team. And when we come to the end of the battle, you'll see why. It's not that Sister plays a bad game, far from it. He plays a pretty good one, although not without the occasional error. But this is definitely not about him anyway. I have to admit, I kind of like the AMX 5120. Oh, where did you come from? That was a bit brave. Brave? No, foolish. Gun elevation on this thing, as you just saw, isn't great. But the gun depression isn't bad. And it is a 120mm gun. I like this thing in a way that I really didn't like the AMX 5100, because I find that the gun on this thing is actually usable for, well, anything other than just random drive-bys once every minute after it's reloaded. In the way, I mean, I'm not saying the AMX 5100 is not a good tank, but I really couldn't get along with it because of the horrific, something like 52-second reload every time you empty the magazine. Of course, you do get a 6-shot magazine, and you only get a 4-shot magazine here on the AMX 5100, but that comes with a faster reload, and I kind of like the faster reload, plus the higher damage per shell, because it's a bigger gun. Also, the AMX 5120 has a usable turret. Now, you know, we're not talking IS-7 turret here or anything, but it ain't bad. And that, combined with some fairly good gun depression, means that you can, if you're careful, actually use this thing in a hold-down position. However, like I said, it's good, but it ain't no IS-7. And here's where he really sort of commits his first error, because there's no way he's penetrating an angled mouse at that angle. And his loitering around trying to actually make it work allows the mouse to hit him twice, reducing him to not an awful lot of hit points. So while he does have a kill, and he's done some damage, the very next person that even looks at him is going to kill him. So he's going to have to start playing this extremely carefully. And that means no more trading shots with angled mouses. Mouses? Mice? Oh, I don't know. We'll go with mouses. So there were 2 kills up, but the enemy team have just pulled back their first kill, with the enemy UDES 15 knocking out the Leopard prototype. Sister very wisely deciding that now he's down to 9 hit points, trading shots with massively over-armoured slabs of German steel at point-blank range is probably not a very good idea. Coming around here to support the rest of the team. He's basically going to be looking for instant one-shot kills here, because if anybody gets the chance to fire back at him, he's probably not going to enjoy it. Come out, wherever you are. There we go. That's exactly the sort of thing I'm talking about. Kill number 2. He's going to go for the reload. The UDES 15 on the enemy team just got his second kill, knocking out the GSOR tank, although that's all happening way up to the north, far, far away from what's going on down here. Sister repositioning while he waits for the reload, and he's not going to have to wait that long. And again, he's looking for those, if not one-shot kills, but opportunities to get some damage out. Hopefully from concealment, or at the very least on distracted enemies, preventing them from returning fire, because he can't afford to take a hit from anything right now. And the UDES 15 has just nailed his 3rd kill, taking out the friendly T110E5. He's actually been responsible this far for 75% of the enemy team's kills. Meanwhile, Sister settling down and being patient because, well, he doesn't have the hit points to do anything else. He knows there's at least 2 enemy tanks lurking around on that corner. He's just waiting to see how brave they're feeling. And that's when the enemy E4 pops up. Now, if he were to push forward, he just took a big hit, so he might not. But if he were to, and he just took another very, very big hit, So pushing forward at this point would be an extremely foolish thing for the E4 to do. But just because it's a dumb idea doesn't mean he's not going to do it. Sister waiting to see if he's going to get lucky. As the team goes yet another kill ahead, they are now enjoying a 3-kill advantage over the enemy team. And with the E4 up there looking like he's learned his lesson, and no sign of the enemy tanks on the corner, Sister takes a little bit of a risk here. He's only really partially hidden by the bushes. To see if he can actually pull the trigger on anything, because it has been a while. Now admittedly this section of the battle is kind of dull. But, well, thanks to taking all of that damage early on, Sister doesn't really have any other choice. But trust me, stick around, it's going to be worth it. Got a good hit there. Pulling back though. Doesn't stick around to wait to see if Sixth Sense is going to go off, not when you have 9 hit points. Just assume that you were spotted and pull back anyway. And it looks like he wasn't. So he's still got 3 shots ready to go. Just needs targets. The team do still have a 3-kill advantage though, so the priority here is to not do anything stupid and make that a 2-kill advantage. Obviously he'd love to finish off the GSOR that he just hit because he's now a 1-shot kill. The E4 is still in the same position, and then the enemy UDES 16 gets his first kill, knocking out the friendly S103B. Still not the end of the world. There's still 2 kills up. Somebody just needs to poke their nose out and give Sister here the chance to put them a 3rd kill ahead again. But nobody's taking the bait. Like I said, this middle section of the battle, a little bit dull. However, as I also said, trust your Uncle Jingles, stick around, wait for it, because this battle has one hell of a spectacular ending. And again, it's not really anything to do with Sister here. It is instead a tank on the enemy team. Still, it would be nice if something would pop up to get shot at. And when I said that, I meant if something would pop up for Sister to shoot at, but the team have now gone 1 kill ahead. The enemy T-54 just got himself nuked. Well, there's absolutely nothing happening over here. Maybe relocate? You've been sitting here with 3 shots loaded and ready to go for an awfully long time. I mean, there are some targets. AMX-30's moving up in the low ground over there, and there were a couple of enemy tanks on the corners. Maybe the AMX-30's going to spot them. Based on the last reported positions, the enemy team do only have 4,500 hit points remaining, and they've just lost another machine. The T-110E4's gone down. They now have a 4-kill lead. They have a 5-kill lead. It's all happening now. Sadly, none of it's really happening from Sister's perspective. Oh, here we go. Enemy tank making a move. Unfortunately, it's an enemy tank that can't be one-shotted, and Sister very much can. The STB-1 who's with him can take a shot, and it looks like he's realised that if he's expecting Sister to go around the corner and be brave, he's going to be waiting an awfully long time, so the STB-1's going for it. Unfortunately for Sister, he does not give his allied tank time to actually get up on the corner and take the first hit, and he falls victim to the... But the STB-1 does finish him off, so they're still 5 kills ahead, but as far as Sister's concerned, that's it for the rest of this battle. The STB-1 immediately follows it up with another kill. The team are now 6 kills ahead. There are only 3 surviving enemies. One of them is artillery. And he has just nailed the Centurion. So still only 5 kills ahead. And the AMX-30 on the corner over there, paying the price for his curiosity, took a bit of a beating as he nosed around the corner. The thing is, while Sister's team are definitely winning, they have a 5-kill advantage, they have a hit point advantage, and then they go ahead yet another kill. They're once again 6 kills ahead, and they still have the hit point advantage, but there's arguably 5 of the surviving members of Sister's team who are all one-shot kills right now. So that more than double hit point advantage is spread awfully thin over a large number of tanks, and while the enemy team do only have 2 tanks remaining, and the 212A artillery obviously has full hit points, it's just artillery and they don't start off with a huge amount of hit points to begin with. Which means that UDES 1516 over there, who has been spotted and did just knock out the STB-1, can potentially rack up an awful lot of one-shot kills before going down. If indeed they can take him down at all. And they're certainly not going to do that by all charging into him one at a time on extremely low hit points, because there's only 2 tanks on the team, and this is one of them, the Panzer 7 and the FV 4005, who can actually survive a hit from that UDES, who has now just knocked out the Object 260 and is thirsty for more. And there goes the AMX 30. A bit of hot, sweaty French on French action there. He's now up to 5 kills, 1 away from a Top Gun. And, well, the artillery's spotted, and he's getting hammered by the friendly artillery, but honestly, I don't think it's the enemy artillery who's the problem here. I mean, he kind of is. He was clearly the one who spotted the AMX 30 there for the UDES, but he wasn't the one who killed him. The team would be well advised to all mass up before they push in on this position, because there's an artillery hiding in the bushes over there who's going to see them coming across the open ground around this base. And, oh, there he goes. Okay, he got himself spotted, and now he's dead. And that just leaves the UDES 1516 alone against 5 enemies. He has almost exactly 1,000 hit points left, which is still less than a third of the hit points available to the remainder of Sister's team. And here comes the big gun, the FV 4005. They're all closing in on him. They've got, there he is. Well, they now have a precise idea of exactly where he is. The 4005 takes 1 hit, stops to aim up. He doesn't have an awful lot to shoot at there. Takes another hit. His gun is injured. It's going to reduce the accuracy. He burns the med kit. He can afford to take 1 more hit. There it is. That's injured one of his loaders. He must make this shot count. And by some miracle, he actually fails to penetrate the UDES's armour with this 183mm gun. The FV 4005 is dead, but the rest of the team are closing in. Even the artillery, the Batchat 155-58, is sweeping around to the rear. Let's get a closer view of the action. Not the 257. Here we go, the Panzer 7. He takes the shot. Critical damage only, no actual damage to the tank. Tries to get around to the rear. Here comes the S-tank. Now it's in mobility mode, which means he has to switch to siege mode to actually stand a chance of hitting something. Doesn't get it done in time. The UDES takes him out. The Panzer 7, on his second shot, does actually manage to score a damaging hit around the side of the mouse, but then the UDES takes him out. 155mm high explosive goes whizzing past harmlessly, and that's the Batchat 155-58, which means the UDES has his sights firmly set on his next victim. Narrowly fails to kill him as the artillery starts frantically backing up. I don't believe he was intentionally trying to drown himself here, but, well, whether he intended to do it or not, the UDES is not letting him get away, finishes him off with the ram. He's now reloading. And there's only 1 enemy remaining, the Object 257, the last surviving platoon mate of Sister, and he only has 254 hit points. These tanks are now basically one-shot kills for each other, and the UDES has all the time in the world to reload. The 257, however, is playing this one smart. He knows he's a one-shot kill, and looking at the current kill tally of the UDES 1516, he's not interested. He's playing it safe, he's going for the cap. The 257 is spotted with 6 seconds to go. But unless the UDES has a shot at the hull, it's just going to bounce off the turret, and there's the cap. There's the UDES 1516, 2 seconds too late, and then just to add insult to injury, the 257 kills him anyway. I mean, good job to the Object 257. That was 100% the right thing to do, because that UDES 1516 was on an absolute killing spree. That was 9 kills, most of them achieved when he was, to all intents and purposes, the last surviving member of his team against overwhelming opposition. That's Kudanov in the UDES 1516, doing 12,500 damage, getting 9 kills, a Radley Walters high caliber and a Top Gun, 12,679 damage in one battle by 1 tank, when the entire rest of his team combined, all 14 of them, managed barely more than 15,000. He almost outdamaged the entire rest of his team combined. And it just wasn't enough. So thanks to Sister Fister 101, that was Kudanov in the UDES 1516, having what is possibly both his best and worst World of Tanks match ever at the same time. Hope you all enjoyed it, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.